If you are sitting in a corporate office right now, feeling like you are doing everything right, but somehow still falling behind, you need to listen closely because the middle class as we know, it has an expiration date, 5 years from today. While most people are spending their lunch breaks arguing about whether AI is going to take their jobs, the top 1% are already using this technology to quietly privatize the next 50 years of economic growth. If you are still trading your hours for a paycheck, you aren't just working a job. You are actively falling behind in a race you didn't even know you were running. It sounds extreme, but the data tells a story that most corporate professionals are choosing to ignore. We are entering the 60-month deadline window where 2030 will likely be the hardest year in history to start building wealth from zero. Think about it. Artificial intelligence is doing a lot more than just changing how we write emails. It is quietly concentrating wealth into fewer and fewer hands. For the first time in history, a tiny group of people can now do the work of entire departments. And if you wait to react to that shift, you aren't just going to be late. You are going to be completely priced out of the traditional paths to freedom. To understand why this is happening so fast, we have to look at what economists call the Great Decoupling. Since the 1980s, worker productivity has skyrocketed by 81%, but average hourly compensation has only grown by 30%. All that extra value didn't go to the people doing the work. It went to corporate profits and stock ownership. AI is the final catalyst for this trend. It is no longer about whether a machine replaces you. It is about how AI amplifies wealth for the owners while turning labor into a race to the bottom. That is the core shift. We are moving into an economy where productivity no longer guarantees prosperity. If you rely on wages, AI becomes your competition, but if you own assets, AI becomes your leverage. This is why your salary is slowly becoming a liability. Every year you spend just earning a paycheck without converting it into ownership is a year you are losing ground to those who own the systems of production. The reality is that AI is creating a winner-take-most scenario. Some researchers predict that within 5 years, half of all entry-level white-collar roles will be displaced. Microsoft and Bill Gates have even noted that highly educated roles are among the most vulnerable. We are seeing a more pronounced K-shaped economy where those with assets see enormous gains, while those who sell their labor face lower wages and higher competition. So if the traditional path of work hard and climb the ladder is breaking, what is the new rulebook? The first big shift is the leverage shift. You have to stop viewing your skills as something you sell to a boss, and start viewing them as something you use to build ownership. This is the era of the solopreneur. We are seeing cases where a single individual can now have the output equivalent of 20 people by using AI. That leads us to a major competitive advantage that almost no one is talking about, the new deep focus advantage. In a world full of digital distractions and TikTok brain, the ability to sit in a room undistracted for 4 hours is becoming a rare and highly valuable skill. If you can combine that level of focus with the ability to leverage AI, you instantly put yourself ahead of 99% of the workforce. It is also about your strategy for reskilling. Half of the entire global workforce will need significant reskilling by the end of this decade just to stay relevant. But don't just use AI to get your current job done faster so you can scroll on your phone. Use it to increase the volume of your investable cash. The goal of using AI should be to boost your income specifically for the sake of buying more ownership, whether that is index funds, real estate, or business equity. While you are building that income, you also have to play defense. We call this the liquidity strategy. Historically, the people who suffer most during these massive disruptions are those with high fixed expenses and no margin for error. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, you are vulnerable. You need to cut unnecessary expenses and build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund immediately so you have the opportunity fund ready when the market shifts. Some people might hear this and think it sounds like every other tech panic in history, but there is a reason the 5-year window matters so much. AI adoption is happening faster than any technology shift we have ever seen. When tractors replaced horses in the early 1900s, it took decades. AI is moving in months. Once this technology becomes standard across every industry, the early mover advantage you have right now will be gone forever. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel if you play this right. We could be entering an AI golden age. History shows us that while new tech destroys old jobs, it often creates more abundance. Farming went from 40% of the workforce to 2%. And yet food became cheaper and more plentiful for everyone. We are moving toward a world where the costs of goods, services, and even education could drop toward zero. This brings us to the ultimate payoff, the human premium. In a world where AI can create infinite digital content and perform complex tasks for free, the value of human judgment, human ownership, and human verified experiences will skyrocket. As everything else becomes abundant, human scarcity becomes the only thing that remains truly valuable. 5 years to get ahead isn't a countdown for failure. It is your head start. It is the window where your skills can still compound before the field is leveled. AI doesn't get rid of opportunity. It just raises the cost of waiting. The question is whether you will be an owner of the new world or a competitor against it. The clock is ticking. What are you going to do with your next 60 months?